everyone, and welcome to today's full body workout with dumbbells and a kettlebell. Although don't worry if you don't have a kettlebell, as you can do a kettlebell swing with a dumbbell. We will be doing every exercise for 45 seconds with a 15-second rest, and we will be doing each training block 3 times with a 30-second rest in between training blocks. So today's session will be tough. So grab your equipment as we warm up for today's workout. And please, as always, make sure you do your own warm-up prior to this video and cool down and stretches afterwards in addition to performing this workout. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first exercise that we are starting with today is alternating reverse lunges. We're going to do this just to get a little bit of mobility and to activate our muscles. So I want you to squeeze your core, almost like you're zipping up from the bottom to the middle of your stomach. I want you to squeeze your glutes, and as you send the foot back, make sure you are pushing through that front heel to come up, not your toe, because we want to activate the glutes, not the quads. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of mobility work with our cat and cow stretch. So when we go in, we want to try and tuck our chin into our chest, and then when we come back out, we want to try and open up our chest, head up, and you just really want to get that mobility going in our back and feel a nice stretch as well. And we're just going to softly rotate between the two just until the time is done. Just really enjoy this and how it gets to open up our back muscles and just really prepare us for exercise. Okay, so last little exercise we've got now is our press ups. So as you can see, I'm doing them in plank position. So I'm keeping my core tight and I am having my weight forwards in that plank position and I'm pushing through my hands. Now I appreciate not everyone can do a press up in this position. So if you are struggling, get yourself into plank position, and then from the plank position, lower yourself onto your knees, keeping your weight forward and your toes on the floor. Okay, so exercise number 1 in our first working round is an RDL. So what I want you to do is have your feet hip width apart. I want you to squeeze your tummy like you did in the last round, and I want you to push your hips back, okay, and keep a nice flat back. Then when you push your hips back, I want you to think about pushing your hips back forward to come up. Now it's really important that you don't bend your knees, you try and keep your legs as straight as possible, and that the movement does come from your hips. Think about like a piece of string pulling you back, or you can think about shutting the car door, or you can think of somebody pulling the back of your shorts. Okay, so for this one, I want you to grab your dumbbells, preferably one in each hand if you can, and we're doing Bulgarian split squats. So I want one foot on the sofa, and I want to have your ankle in line with your knee, and you're gonna go down, squeezing your glutes, push through your heel to come back up. So ideally, the depth needs to be hips in line with knee. Now I do appreciate if you've got a hip or knee problem, you may not be able to get that depth, but that's what we're looking for. Again, squeezing those glutes, pushing through your heels, keeping your core tight. If 2 dumbbells is too much, you can just drop down to 1 dumbbell in one hand, or alternatively body weight. But if you want to push yourself, go for 2 dumbbells. Now that we've done one leg, we need to swap and do the other. So yes, it is 45 seconds per leg, which is going to be a killer. But you know what, guys? I believe in you, and I reckon you can do it. So just like we did on the other one, you need to squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes, and make sure you are pushing through your heel to come up. Try not, as best as you can, try not to push through that back foot, the one that's on the sofa. We want this to solely come through that front leg. Okay, so the next exercise is bent over row. So I want one knee on the sofa as well as one hand. I want a nice flat back, squeeze your core, and I want you to imagine or think about squeezing the bottom of your shoulder blades together so you get that nice contraction in your lat, in the arm that is rowing. When we're rowing, we want to keep the elbow tucked into the side of our body. Don't let it flare out like a chicken wing. And you want to row your arm up, so as you can see, my elbow then becomes in line with my back. And again, in your supporting leg, you want a nice soft knee. Don't lock the knee out, because we want to make sure that our joints are nice and protected. And now we've got the same on the other side. So again, you want to take one foot out nice and wide. You're going to squeeze those shoulder blades together at the bottom, squeeze your core, and you're going to row, keeping that elbow tucked in as close as you can to your body. Don't let it flare out like a chicken wing. And you're going to try and get that nice contraction in your back. Like I said, keeping your core engaged, soft bend in your knee, and if you're doing it on a sofa like I am, in order to do the other side, you will obviously have to turn around and face the other direction. Although with 10 seconds left, I'd like to think you figured that out by now. Last exercise in this set is plank. So I want you to have your hands shoulder width apart. I want you to get into plank position, keep your core tight, and what we're looking for is not only a flat back, but also for our hips in line. So a common mistake with plank is people have their hips too low, which then causes pressure on their lower back, or they have their hips too high in the air. So if you can and you do have access to a mirror, then try and check your form. You can also do this just by recording yourself and seeing, are your hips in line like mine? But the most important thing here is the fact that we are keeping that core engaged and we are breathing throughout. Okay, so back to RDLs, same as what I said earlier, feet hip width apart, squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes, push those hips back. Now, what I always say to my clients, if you're not too sure about your RDL technique, go find a wall or a door, go stand by it, and if you are using your hips, then you should be able to hit the wall when you push your hips back. If you can't hit the wall, then chances are you are lowering with your back, which is what we don't want. So if you can feel pressure in your lower back, chances are your technique is wrong. So please be careful when you're doing this, and the dumbbells don't have to go any lower than really below your knee or shin height. Okay, so now our little finisher round, we've got kettlebell swings. So like I said earlier, if you do not have a kettlebell, you can do this with a dumbbell. Just please be careful and don't let go, whatever you do. So with this, what we want to do, squeeze our core, squeeze our tummy, and this is just all in the hips. So you want to think about your hips being like a pendulum where they're just going back and forth, and that is the reason the kettlebell is swinging. We're not lifting it with our arms, we're keeping our arms nice and extended, and it is literally the force generated from our hips that is getting the kettlebell moving. And exercise number 2 in this finisher set is squats. So what I would like you to do is to have your feet ever so slightly wider than hip width apart, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your tummy, and I want you to go down as low as you can without dropping the hips, and then you're going to push through your heels to come back up. And that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed this workout, then please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more home workouts, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!